everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Georgia and today I'm going to be watching episode 3 of Moonlight Chicken. Last episode, Li Ming started working at Heart's house for his family to pay back for the liquor, and their dynamic was so sweet and they grew so much in just one episode. I loved all of their interactions. I loved how Li Ming wouldn't let Heart get away with what he did. He kept messing things up and he was like, if you're not going to clean it up, then I'm not either, and they were both just as stubborn as each other. But by the end of the episode, their whole dynamic had changed quite a lot and Heart actually wanted to do these things himself and he wanted to do his own washing up. And my favourite scene, we all know, it was the scene when he waited for him and then pretended he wasn't there. Oh my god, so cute. I loved that scene so much. We also saw that Li Ming is wanting to travel abroad after he finishes high school, but Jim has other ideas. He hasn't really opened up to anyone about it besides Wen. He told Wen last episode, and Wen said that he could talk to him anytime about it if he was struggling. So I'm really happy that they're going to have a nice dynamic, because I'm assuming Jim and Wen are going to end up together, so it would be nice for him to have that figure there, because he obviously feels like he can't talk to Jim, so like Wen is the next best thing, and I feel like he's going to be a good person to have in his life later on as well, because he clearly feels comfortable around him. Jim and Wen on the other hand, Jim nearly made a step and I was so excited because he bought Wen a beer and he looked like he was going to go and give it to him, but then he saw him getting chatted up by this other guy, and so he like got a bit of a reality check and he was like, no, and he just went and sat in a corner by himself. Oh, Jim! But Wen seeked him out and he sat with him and they opened up about like their deepest, darkest thoughts. Wen said that he wants a home because he doesn't have one. He wants someone to go back, he wants someone to come home to and all his stress just melt away. And I feel like that is kind of what we all want. Even if we don't say it, we all want somewhere to feel safe and at home, don't we? And sadly he doesn't have that with his current partner and place of residence, whereas Jim said that he doesn't dare to dream anymore. He drinks so that he doesn't dream. Oh, that line really like hurt when he was like, I drink so I don't dream. Jim, what happened to you? Why are you like this? It's so tragic that something affected him so much he doesn't dare to even hope for things anymore. But this episode, based on the preview, it looks like we're getting a bit more of his sister, I think. Because he said he wanted to prove his sister wrong because she thinks that men can't be in love. So that's backing up my theory that he got his heart broken. But how did he get his heart broken is the question. I'm really excited to find out more about him and hopefully to see them grow closer together. I'm so interested in everyone's journey in this show, but I feel like Jim is the one that needs to have the most growth because he's the oldest, but he's also the most closed off from people. Like, he's close to people and he knows a lot of people and he's friendly with them, but he doesn't let people in, and so I'm really hoping that Wen is able to worm his way in. And also I'm hoping that we meet Wen's boyfriend. In all the hype from the last episode and the storyline set up, I did kind of forget about him, but yeah, I also appreciate an appearance from him, please, because like, does he only show up in the second half? I don't think I've ever had to wait this long for a main character anymore. It's so weird that they've done this. But it's good that they've done this because it's really built up the intrigue, like the intrigue around Wen's life, and we know that he does have a boyfriend from the very first episode, even if you don't know anything, like if you haven't watched a pilot trailer or whatever, we know because it was mentioned in the first episode, so it builds up the suspense for all people, not just people who are wanting to watch it for the actor. So yeah, I don't think he'll be in this episode either, because I think this is going to be a meatier Jim episode, but I don't know, we shall see.
อะไรปล่อยได้ก็ปล่อยเขาหน่อยวะมาโฟกัสโปรเจกต์แม่นาคฟุตทองให้กูก่อนแล้วฉันเลือกอะไรได้ไหมพื้นที่รอบๆเฟส 3ไงที่เขากำลังเจรจาทุบทิ้งกันอยู่
Oh, what?
ทุบทิ้งเหรอ
That was Jim's place, right? He's working on both sides. Oh no.
คุณเจ๊มากเลยนะครับที่ช่วยคุยให้ครับ
Oh my god.
บางร้านเนี่ยบางบ้านเนี่ยเขาต้องคุยตั้งหลายรอบฝั่งตรงลงนิ้วอะครับแถบร้านพระจันทร์มันไก่เนี่ยผมต้องไปคุยกับใครครับ
ไอ้สงไงไอ้สงมันเป็นคนคุยง่ายเชื่อเจ๊ไม่ยากอะไรเลยไม่มีอะไรยากแล้วถ้าคุยไม่รู้เรื่องนะผ่านฉลุยเชื่อเจ๊
Ay, ay, ay. He must have a lot of questions.
อะไรแม่งก็ทุบทิ้งตึกแถวนั้นน่ะนะเว้ยบ้านเก่าทั้งนั้นเลยนี่ถ้าเจ๊เป็นเจ้าของนะเปลี่ยนพัฒนาทั้งหมดให้เป็นแหล่งท่องเที่ยวที่ปัจจุบันเขาชอบทำกันอ่ะ
ชอบ ไม่ชอบ
What's happening?
เสียใจอะไรกูเพิ่งเริ่มเรียนเอง
How is he learning sign language?
อ๋อ แปลว่าเสียใจเหรอฮะอ๋อพูดไปมันก็ฟังไม่รู้เรื่องอยู่ดี
Oh my god, this is so cute! Oh. He's trying so hard to communicate with him, it's so nice.
จริงเหรอ เล่าให้ฟังหน่อย
This must be such a change for him. He's been to places and experienced things because his parents are rich and are able to give him that, but now he's trapped in here. I really hate that they've done this to him. It almost feels like Li Ming makes more of an effort with him than his own parents do, to be honest. This is so tough. He comes here at night and he experiences the real beauty of this place that his co-workers just don't see. All they see is a business
ปิด
opportunity.
ร้านไวเลยดิ
ไม่หรอกคุณ เดี๋ยวพรุ่งนี้มีงานที่ศาลเจ้าอ่ะ เนี่ยกำลังเอาไปให้เขาอยู่พอดี แต่ปีนี้ผมช่วยได้ไม่เท่าปีก่อนนะ
โอ้โห ไม่เป็นไรหรอก แค่นี้ก็เหลือแล้วเนี่ย พรุ่งนี้เฮียจะให้เขาประกาศขอบคุณ ร้านพระจันทร์มันไก่ ที่เป็นเจ้าภาพกันมาทุกปีเลย
บอกไปว่าผมอยากช่วยทุกปีแล้วเป็นไงบ้าง
He has such a good heart, man. He's really such a big part of this community as well. I wonder what would happen to the whole community if they just demolished it.
ถ้ามีอะไรไม่สบายใจอ่ะ ก็ลองใช้วิธีของผมดู บางทีก็ไม่รู้จะไปต่อยังไงดี ก็ต้องพึ่งสิ่งศักดิ์สิทธิ์กันบ้าง หรือไม่ก็หลอกตัวเองว่าสิ่งศักดิ์สิทธิ์คงช่วยเราไปแล้ว
The way he's comforting and helping him when it's his livelihood that could end up getting destroyed.
ผมไม่มีโอกาสเลยครับ
Is that gonna sway his decision? Oh my god, that was such a cool transition.
ไปที่พระเจ้าท่านก่อน เอาเลิกหน่อย จะได้เฮง
You look so young here.
ๆ มั่นใจอ่ะ ผมไม่ลาออกหรอก
He quit
ตัว
his
ไก่
job
ข้าวมันไก่จะเลี้ยงบีไม่ไหวอะสิ
to start the diner.
จะบอกอะไรให้นะ
Well, then where are you
เขาไม่กัง
nowadays?
วลเราผ่านความลำบากด้วยกันมาเยอะนะ ผมไม่ทิ้งคุณหรอก
Well then, I beg to differ. Unless Jim left you, that would be a plot
ว่าใช่
twist.
ไหมร้านพระจันทร์มันไก่ ร้านพระจันทร์มันไก่ จะเป็นพยานรักของเราสองคน จะเป็นพยาน
Gosh.
ของเราสองคน
The diner must hold such a reminder to this relationship as well.
สวัสดีครับ สวัสดีครับ สวัสดีครับ
So young and full of promise. They had Jimbo together as well? What happened to this man? I am just watching the cat, I'm sorry. Doesn't necessarily mean anything. Oh my god. Wow, you would think he'd hide it a bit better.
นะคุณ เดี๋ยวนี้แอบเช็คโทรศัพท์ผมเหรอ
Well, you seem pretty chill considering what you have in your phone.
จะตายอยู่แล้ว
Ugh. I hope Wen doesn't do this whenever he sees his boyfriend.
จะไปนอนบ้านแม่
Oh.
ไปก่อนนะ
Poor innocent sweet Jim.
ผมเคยเถียงกับพี่สาวผมนะ เวลาที่มันชอบบอกว่าความรักชายแบบมึงอ่ะ จะทำให้ดู
หญิงเขาก็เลิกกันทุกวันน่ะไม่เห็นจะมีใครสนใจหาสาเหตุอะไรเลย ความรักมันจะห่วยหรือมันจะดีอ่ะ มันไม่อยู่ที่เพศ
That's exactly right.
โคตรรักร้านนี้เลย
I thought maybe based on that past he would sell off if he got an offer, but sounds like his attachment is very strong.
เรื่องร้านเนี่ยตัด
Oh,
สิน
is
ใจ
this
เร่งตัดสิน
song?
ใจให้หน่อยนะ
ขอบคุณมากนะเฮีย
He
ที่มาบอก
tells
ผม
him.
อะ
เฮียถึงได้มาบอกด้วยตัวเองอะไม่อยากคุยผ่านโทรศัพท์ ไม่รู้ว่าจะไปทำร้านจอดรถหรือว่าร้านกาแฟ
นะครับพี่
thank you ก็คงลองคุยดูก่อนอะถึงได้มาบอกด้วยตัวเองแต่เนิ่นๆเนี่ยเล่า
It's all out of his hands.
แดกฟรีเหมือนเดิมน่ารำคาญลีหมิงมึงไม่เกรงใจผู้ใหญ่เนี่ยมึงจะเกรงใจเจ้าของที่ด้วยก็แม่มาคนรวยแล้วอ่ะจะแดกฟรีอีกทำไมวะจะไม่มีที่หาแดกอยู่แล้ว
Oh God.
ไม่ใช่เรื่องของเด็ก
He knows
Look,
as
come on,
much
man.
now. Just
Come on
tell
now,
him,
idiot.
yeah.
เจ้าของที่อ่ะเขาจะขายร้านเราไปทำศูนย์อาหารอ่ะ
แล้วเฮียทรงมาเรียกเท่าไหร่อะลุง ถ้าจะเซ็งอะ
300,000
ลุง ยุ่งอยู่เปล่าอ่ะ ออกมาเจอกันได้ไหมครับ
ได้สิ
If he tells him the truth, I respect it. His life is so... Maybe that is what Jim meant when he said someone like me isn't supposed to be someone's home. Because while him himself, I would say, is good for a home because he's, you know, kind-hearted, loyal, there for people, etc. His life is quite unstable. Like his income, he struggles to make ends meet, and now his job is in quite a fragile state. In that sense, perhaps, but sometimes home is about the people surrounding you, isn't it? And I think him as a person is very homely. While his life state might be quite unstable and fragile, him himself is more than worthy to be someone's home. I also think that if he let one in, then a lot of his problems might unravel themselves a bit, to be honest.
เครียดเรื่องร้านอ่ะว่าแต่คุณเถอะหน้าตาคุณก็ไม่ต่างกันจากผมนะ
He's worried about your diner.
คุณจำวันแรกที่เราเจอกันได้ปะ
Just got a
วัน
promotion.
นั้นผมไปฉลองเลื่อนตำแหน่ง แล้วผมก็เพิ่งรู้เหมือนกัน ว่าโปรเจกต์ที่ต้องทำอ่ะมันในหน้าฟู้ดคอร์ทผมอยากให้คุณรู้จักคนอื่น
AKA Gaipa.
ผมจะโกรธคุณเรื่องอะไร มีแค่นี้ใช่ไหมที่จะคุยกับผม
He does seem a little bit
เฮ้ย
angry.
ลุง
ผมว่าเย็นเนี้ยคุณอย่าเพิ่งมาร้านผมดีกว่า
At the end of the day, it isn't Wen's decision either, is it? I don't think he can just pull the plug on it, even if he is a front runner in the project. Oh God, Jim's smoking now for 4 batter piece.
ปีนี้ลุงไปลอยด้วยกันไหมอะ
ให้เป็นเรื่องของเด็กๆเขาเถอะ
Oh, so what, Jim?
เราอะชอบคิดว่าตัวเองแก่
Yeah, I'm with you. What the hell?
ยอมหลายรอบแล้วนะ
เท่ตรงไหน
Okay.
อะลุง ผมขาวก็เท่ ผมดำก็เท่ ให้แม่ไปช่วยคุยให้ปะ
ไปไม่เอาไก่ปลายังไงถ้าเขาจะขายอ่ะเขาก็ขายอยู่ดี
นะ ให้แม่ไปช่วยคุยให้ แต่ต้องแลกกับการที่ลุงไปลอยกระทงกับผมนะ
Nice trade.
โอเคปะ
คิดดูก่อน
ถ้าถึงวันนั้นลุงยังว่างอยู่อะลุงต้องไปกับผมนะ
Gaipa, I'm so proud of you being brave enough to ask.
ขอบใจมากนะไก่ปลา
สบาย
Wen and Gaipa are literally on opposite sides of this as well. Like, Gaipa's there offering to help him, whereas Wen is like on the opposition, going to destroy it. And yet, there's still so much more there with Wen.
ไม่ทราบว่าผู้ปกครองเนี่ยเคยถามเขาบ้างไหมคะ ว่าเขาอยากเข้าคณะอะไร
That is another thing. I don't think he has actually asked. He hasn't spoken to him about it.
ก็ต้องดูด้วยนะคะว่ามันเป็นไปได้หรือเปล่า บางคนก็ไม่จำเป็น แล้วแต่ว่าผู้ปกครองไหวไหม
Oh, why does everything cost money in this day and age?
ลุงม.6 แล้วนะเว้ยยังต้องให้ลุงมาตัดสินใจเรื่องเรียนอีกเหรอวะ
They always make him feel like a baby all the time. But I think it's a good thing when parents are involved in their child's education.
ครูเขาเรียกกูไปคุยอ่ะแล้วมึงอ่ะอยากเข้าคณะอะไรอยากเข้าที่ไหน
กะว่าจะไปเวิร์กสักปี 2 ปีอะ
ฮะอย่างมึงนี่จะไปเรียนอเมริกา แล้วเกรดแบบมึงจะไปทำไมวะ ไปยังไงไปทำอะไรที่นู่น
จะไปเสิร์ฟเก็บตังค์แล้วก็เรียนภาษาไปด้วย
ยังไงต่อ
ก็ไม่รู้ยังไม่มีแผน ค่อยคิดกันอีกที
ที่นู่นนะฮะแล้วเอาเงินที่ไหนไป
ลุงจะให้ผมอยู่ที่นี่ไปจนตายเหรอ่ะ
I don't know where to stand. I think Jim wants the best for him. And what Li Ming wants is a life of uncertainty by the sounds of it. Like, well, not that he wants the uncertainty, but it's very uncertain what's going to happen, and it sounds unstable, as Jim's life currently is. Like, he doesn't know how he's going to get the money to go. He's going to go and learn English, but then when he comes back, then what? He doesn't have a plan. And I don't think a lot of people plan out their, like, future like that. Usually a plan would be go to university for a few years, get your degree, get a job in that field or whatever. Whereas if he just comes back knowing English, then what? And I think Jim is worried because of how his life has turned out. He doesn't want the same thing for Li Ming. He wants him to get good grades. He wants him to go to university. He wants him to have a path that is stable and that he won't end up like him. But I think because of the way he's going about it and he shuts down what Li Ming wants, it makes Li Ming feel trapped, and it almost feels like he's never going to get out of this. I think he feels like he's headed on the same trajectory as Jim, so he wants to get out of it as far as he can. But he feels like Jim is trapping him back into it, and he doesn't want to be like him either. I think they've got crossed wires a bit because neither of them want him to end up like Jim is. Who would want to end up so financially unstable like that? But Li Ming has dreams and he's not thinking about the feasibility of it, whereas Jim has dreams for him and he's trying to get him on the road to be able to do that. Money is the biggest issue for both of them. Like, if they had the money for him to go, I'm sure it would be a lot easier than this. And if Jim had the money to buy out the seller of the diner, it would be a lot easier. Ugh. I know money can't buy happiness, but it would certainly make a lot of things in life easier.
ดีนะแม่งคิดจะไปยังไม่บอกกูสักคำ
Yeah, neither of them told each other about what they wanted either.
มึงจะไปไหนเนี่ยลิมิงลิมิง
I want to see them have a really nice scene. They just feel like they bite each other's heads off all the time.
ทะเลาะกับลุงเหรอ
Could say that. Another face in distress.
ไม่รู้จะคุยกันยังไงนี่ยังบังคับผมไปเรียนพิเศษอยู่เลย
He doesn't make you. He said he wants you to.
อะไรที่ผมทำได้และเป็นอาชีพผมก็อยากทำอ่ะผมไม่ได้อยากเรียนอ่ะ
ไม่รู้ก็ไม่ผิดหรอกจริง
I love that his top is everything I know I learned on. Is that the Muppets? Indicative of how hard he finds studying. He doesn't learn much at school because he finds it hard. Thing is, he hasn't voiced any of this to Jim. He didn't say how hard he finds it to Jim.
กว่าพี่จะรู้นะว่าพี่ไม่ชอบนิเทศเนี่ยพี่ก็เสียเวลาเรียนทั้งปีเนี่ยเกิดจะซิ่วมาเรียนศิลปกรรมได้
It's not linear for everyone.
อยากเป็นบาร์เทนเดอร์ว่ะพี่
ไรเดอร์ชอบเมาฟรีอ่ะ
รู้ว่าชอบอะไรไม่ชอบอะไรจะได้เลือกเรียนถูกอ่ะ
ได้ลองคุยแบบนี้กับลุงหรือยัง
No, he hasn't.
คุยทีไรแม่งทะเลาะกันทุกทีเลยอ่ะ
You're a big part of that though, Li Ming. Come on.
ทั้งลุงทั้งหลานนะ
Exactly. Thank you, one.
เมื่อกี้แพลวเห็นอยู่กับพี่หวนที่มารีน่าลองโทรถามพี่หวนดูดิ
Duh.
แม่มึงบอกกลับบ้านดึกนะจ๊ะวันนั้นมึงก็เลยแอบกินเหล้าใช่ป่ะ
Swag.
ไม่เอา
If they notice it's missing, he'll get the blame again.
ยังคนเดินอยู่ป่ะพูดยากอ่ะซับซ้อนอะไร ไม่เห็นมีอะไรซับซ้อนมากมายเลยความรักเนี่ยนะซับซ้อนเนี่ยเพราะว่ามันไม่รักมากกว่า
And that's why it's complicated. Oh, I hope they don't get into trouble. Oh. No way! Ew! Let's hope you don't forget you've done that the next time you go to do this.
วางดีๆ
Oh, they're both so awkward.
วันนี้วันลอยกระทงไปปะ
It's probably screaming yes. I'm so worried that he's gonna take him out of his comfort zone and something bad's gonna happen.
ลุง นี่ป่าพ่อผมเองอะ
Is he thinking, who is this old man?
ลุงจิมอะตกลงนั่นลุง นี่พ่อสรุปจะนับญาติกันยังไงฮะป่างงไปหมดแล้วเนี่ย
ผมชื่อจิมเฉยๆครับ
สบายนะเอาน้องมา วางได้เลย
He seems so sweet. I love the dad.
ผมเลี้ยงหลานไม่เป็นจริงๆ มันไม่เคยเล่าอะไรให้ผมฟังเลยอย่างที่มันคิดอ่ะ
ก็แสดงว่าลุงเนี่ยไม่ยอมรับความคิดเขาไง
They are both as bad at communication as each other.
ผมก็นึกว่ามันจะไปเรียนต่อ แต่นี่มันกลับบอกผมว่าจะไปเป็นเด็กเสิร์ฟ
ถ้าเกิดผมย้อนเวลากลับไปได้เนี่ย ผมอาจจะไม่เรียนมหาลัยก็ได้นะ
Interesting perspective.
ทางเรื่องมันเยอะแยะกว่าเมื่อก่อนเยอะอะ
เรียนจบก็ต้องให้รับปริญญาแค่นั้น
It doesn't mean anything though. A degree isn't the answer to the world's problems.
เรียนจบตีมาใช่ปะทำงานแบบเดือนชนเดือน บางเดือนไม่ชนเดือนด้วยต้องหายโกรธมันแล้วหรอ
How could he be after you just read the situation so
ขาย
perfectly?
ดีไหมล่ะ
จะง้อลุงโดยการชวนลุงไปลอยกระทง
Oh, but Gaipa invited him as well.
กระทงกูดา
Are they just doing it in his backyard? In a little bucket. I do think it would have been a bit much if he'd taken him out tonight. They've both got a little ounce of freedom today, I think.
ที่แม่น้ำใหญ่กันปะ
Aww.
ทำอย่างเงี้ยทำเร็ว
แกลอยกับแม่ทุกปีนี่แกไม่เบื่อบ้างหรือไง
Jim bailed.
บ้างแหละ
Ah.
ทำไงได้อะแม่
At least he has his mum.
ก็รีบหาเขาสิ
He shot his shot.
ยากตรงไหนอะเขาไม่จีบเราเราก็ไปจีบเขาสิ
He did.
ได้อีกสักกี่ปี
ลอยไปเรื่อยๆ ไปตลอดเลย
ฉันจะดู
It's nice that they do have someone in the show that has a good relationship with their mother. To be fair though, I do think everyone has done this with who they're supposed to do it with. These looks are very soft, Jim. Oh, he's happy. Oh my... Oh.
มึงอ่านปากได้ใช่ปะ
It's a good excuse to look at his lips.
ดีนะ
Bandina. Is he blushing? Look how warm this room looks. When? At home? Oh my god. Oh my god. It's happening, it's happening, it's happening! Oh no! He didn't even speak! Come on!
เคลียร์เรื่องเก่าด้วยนะ
Yes.
อูดอ่ะ
Oof.
รู้จักคนนี้ปะ
He speaks? Oh my goodness, no, wait, how does he have a photo of Jim? He posted a pic of him on his story. Well, shit in the fan next up. It looks like next episode we might finally be getting the Wen and his boyfriend scenes that I have been waiting for since episode 1. So excited to see how they interact with each other. The preview doesn't make it look good. It looks a bit like Jim and Li Ming. Wen gave out all that advice to Jim about Li Ming and everything, but it looks like they might communicate in the same way. I don't know, just based on that one line, it kind of looked like he was acting a bit petulant. I really love that we got to see a bit of different dynamics between people this episode. We've got some new dynamics thrown in there with Wen and his dad. I really liked that scene, especially what his dad said about love isn't complicated unless you fall out of love, because I feel like that is a big reality check for Wen. I don't know if he actually realizes that he doesn't love Alan, because he said he doesn't know himself. And obviously I know absolutely nothing about their relationship, so I don't know what's going on between them, but it's been clear from the start to me that he's not in love with his boyfriend anymore, because you wouldn't cheat on someone you love. I don't know if he's just got attachment issues and he doesn't want to let go, or he doesn't want to be alone. Yeah, I'm very excited to see how their scenes play out next episode. Also, Jim and Wen had a bit of a strange dynamic because of the whole Marina court. This episode was really long, so much happened. It felt like a whole different, the first half felt like a whole different episode to the second half. With the whole food court stuff, I really loved that Wen decided to tell Jim the truth, because I think Jim is owed that. Jim has always been honest from the start. He's honest in everything he does. So it was only fair of Wen to say the same to him. And while Jim was angry, he did forgive him in the end, because how could he not, as he said. And then they had a very nice tender moment doing the Loy Krathong festival flower basket thing together. But I think Wen's advice to Jim is great. The advice he gave was brilliant for both Jim and Li Ming, helped both of them see the other's perspective and that their communication issues are the problem here. Li Ming does bite Jim's head off. Like, I would say the way he talks to Jim is quite cold. He doesn't ever say like nice things about him. He always seems to be like insulting him. When he arrived home earlier on in the episode, he straight away was moaning about how they'd given out another free meal. And I think it's because he has the level-headedness and the business brain of it all, that they need to sell more to make ends meet because they struggle for money. And he might not agree with how Jim runs his diner because it's led them to struggle with money. If he made smarter business moves and profited off people, then he could make more money. But I also think that he has a bit of naivety in him, that he doesn't realise that if Jim made the landlord pay, it might have disastrous consequences. Like, he could just decide there and then, right, I'm demolishing your restaurant then if I have to pay for my meal, if he gets nothing out of it. I agree with his stance that we shouldn't have to kowtow to people in power and authority figures, but sadly that is how the world works. And I think while I do love how he bites back, when he goes to work in America, he does have to realise that that is how the world runs and you can't fight back on everything. He should absolutely do it while he can, and I do love that he does not let people take advantage of him. But when it does come to adult life and work and stuff, not everything is going to be fair, and I hope that he realises that and doesn't jeopardise his future if he ends up going it alone. But on the other hand, Jim doesn't hear him out very well. He straight away opposes what Li Ming says with a more sensible option. But he does have to realise Li Ming wants freedom. He should have the freedom to do what he chooses, because Jim had that freedom. He chose to open the diner with his ex-boyfriend, and his decisions have led him to be where he is today. And I know he wants better for Li Ming. He wants him to make smarter decisions so that he can end up better off than him, but he has to make Li Ming make his own choices. And everyone works out differently for other people, but as long as you're there for them when they need you, that's all that counts, really. Life is full of uncertainties and we can't take control of it. Even if you went to university and got a degree, as Wen said, he still lives paycheck to paycheck. A degree doesn't necessarily mean a stable or good job once you leave, because a lot of people find it hard to find jobs when they leave university. So you just got to do what you want in life, and he has to respect Li Ming's choices. But I do really appreciate Wen's role in all of this and how he was the voice of reason for both Li Ming and Jim, and I hope when Li Ming comes home he's able to have a better conversation with Jim about it. That's if Jim's not too pissed off about him staying overnight somewhere that he didn't know about. I really hope that he called or texted him somehow, because oh gosh, you'd be worried out your mind. Gaipa, oh, he has such a small role, but I love him. He asked out Jim, and I didn't think he would ever get the bravery to do it, and I'm so proud of him for actually doing it. But My heart breaks for him because he didn't turn up. At least he still has his mum though, like he has someone to do it with. It's not like he's completely alone. But she obviously wants him to be happy and find someone. But what she was saying, she said you can make the first move, but he did make the first move. That's so tragic. He seems like quite a introverted person as well, so for him to make the first move is just... I'm so proud, but I'm so sorry that it didn't work out for him. It was also so lovely to see Li Ming learning sign language, trying to communicate with Heart, and it seems like he communicates more with Heart than his own parents, which is just truly devastating to think. He's been so shut off, and now there's this person here who is making so much effort to communicate with him in ways that other people can't. And if Li Ming does end up travelling, won't it be heartbreaking for Heart just to be left there alone? They could build up this great bond, and they've planned to go to Loy Krathong next year and put a boat in the river. But if things work out for Li Ming, he could be leaving in a couple months to go to America, and then where does that leave Heart? I just hope things work out for everyone, but I'm unsure on this show because it's so real and life doesn't often get happy endings. So this might be one that really punches you in the gut in the final episode if it doesn't end all happy, but time will tell on that one. I'm also happy that we got some Jim backstory. I kind of wanted a bit more meat and I wanted to see the breakup, but we have an explanation as to why he doesn't seek out romance anymore, or why he doesn't let anyone in, because he's found romance. Even if he hasn't sought it out, he has it. He's just not letting one in. And the ties that it has with his diner is very interesting as well, because he still loves his diner, and I think it must be because he has happy memories with that man, as well as heartbreak and devastation. And that relationship really did give him a lot. It gave him this diner and this community that he has. He really is an integral part of the community. Everyone loves Jim. He has such a good dynamic with so many people around this marketplace. It broke him too much in the romantic sense that he doesn't believe he can be loved, I guess. I suppose he's finding it hard to trust anyone now. I really hope that he can get over that and learn to let Wen in. Wonder how he'd react if he found out that Wen has a boyfriend. Would he really feel for the boyfriend because he's been cheated on before? Would he then think, oh, I can't trust you because you've cheated? That could be a whole new barrel of problems. That's it for today, guys. Thank you for watching my reaction to episode 3 of Moonlight Chicken. If you want to watch my uncut reactions to Moonlight Chicken, the link to the Patreon page will be in the description below. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time for episode 4. Bye!